So you grew up in rural Qatar. Could I ask you when you realised that you might be gay, and how did you deal with that, given the attitudes towards homosexuality in Qatari culture?
Yes, absolutely. Like many LGBT individuals, I realized that I was different since I was a child. But there was absolute lack of visibility. And where I grew up, I did not have access to the internet. So I did feel alone with how I felt till I got to medical school, and then was able to expand my understanding of the world and learn more about myself. But also, although I just came out 2 weeks ago on BBC News, I'm not coming out with my own story. I'm coming out with stories of other LGBT Qataris to share their own journeys and experience being part of the LGBT community in Qatar.
Well, congratulations on your coming out, and it's good to see that you are flourishing there in the United States. And can you tell us, why did you decide to go public with your story, with your sexual orientation, and what kind of response have you had from people in the country where you were born?
Mm-hmm. Qatar has not been under the spotlight before, like it is now. And I do want the light to shine on all of us when it shines on Qatar. And now the world is interested in learning about all of us and what's going on. So it is really a moment in time with urgency to go and make everything visible. The response has been everything. It has been extremely positive and extremely negative and everything in between. But love is the ability to suppress fear. So the messaging has to really be focused on love, because it is the universal language, as everybody is merging in Qatar from different cultures, religions, and backgrounds. This is really the one thread that connects all of us. All of us want love and to feel loved and be safe.
Absolutely. And there was a bit of a furor, wasn't there? Because obviously, some gay couples will be travelling to see the World Cup, and they'll be checking into hotels, and the government found that quite difficult to deal with. And they've come up with this statement saying, we welcome everybody, but at the same time, we ask you to respect our culture. Do you think that's good enough, that compromise?
No, I do not think that is good enough. I think love should not be criminal. And I think we all need to defend that. And that is the reason I'm coming out just prior to Pride Month too, to ask all gay communities that have been lobbied to protect love and their rights to love everywhere to speak up. So I did start my own petition yesterday to FIFA against Qatar to decriminalize love. And that's the messaging that we all need to stick with and defend.
Some countries in the Middle East are modernising, trying to modernise their societies. Do you think that as a result of that, people's attitudes to LGBT rights will change, as it did in the West?
Yes, and I really think there is a way to do that. And there is also the distinction between running and having your own societal standards, culture, and religion, and criminalizing something legally. And that second part needs to change now, because this is no longer about you and your internal issues. It's about the whole world, really, and how you interact with the whole world and what they want to feel, how they want to feel when they're on your soil.
Dr. Nasser Mohamed, Dr. Nasser Mohamed, we've run out of time, but I want to wish you the best of luck, and thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.